2, 1.
Here we go!
All right, 5:05 live on a Monday. This is Hit the Books, part of the Hammer Betting Network, sponsored by FanDuel, alongside the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish, producer extraordinaire Zach Phillips. All you guys' questions, concerns, and comments before we get to them. I am merely Brad Powers. Let me remind everybody that Hit the Books is brought to you by, indeed, FanDuel. And you can start your college football season, or you can continue your college football season, at least at this point, off with a win at FanDuel, because right now new customers can kick off the season with $200 in bonus bets. You can just place any $5 bet and you'll get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. You can use your bets on spreads, live bets, totals, so much more. You can visit FanDuel.com/hitthebooks to download America's #1 sportsbook. That's FanDuel.com/hitthebooks. Love FanDuel, first to market this year, whether it was win totals, whether it's on a weekly basis, sides, totals, FBS, FCS, you name it. Again, FanDuel.com/hitthebooks. Disclaimer: you must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK or text HOPE New York in New York. Knish, how was your weekend, buddy?
Well, got the Coach Primes on, baby. Feeling good today. Let's just say Colorado, the Lord blessed us with another victory on the way to greatness. I know, Mr. Powers, you doubted it. You doubted that there was something special happening in Boulder. And Colorado, Big 12 championship playoff berth on the way. Had to get the a gift from a friend here, the authentic Primes, baby.
Yeah, more important for you to win a head-to-head against me on the win total than it is for the our loyal listeners and viewers, because we did have a best bet on Central Florida. In case you forgot, -13.5, only fails to cover by 6 touchdowns. Very good performance by Colorado, say at least. By far their best performance in the 15-16 game that we've seen them under Coach Prime. Complete offense, defense, special teams, you name it. Did not see it coming. Certainly did not expect the defense to hold up. Offensive line held up as well as they did. It was just, an ass kicking, to say the least. Not only for the portfolio there for that game, we did end up with a winning week, 7-6. We crawled a little bit, thought it was going to be a lot better in the noon window, and then it started going poorly with that Colorado game. Obviously, the big one, Alabama, Georgia, a game that, boy, I don't think anybody had that game script. The Alabama out to the 4-touchdown lead somehow, some way, -3 turnovers, and Georgia took a lead on the road in this late in the fourth quarter. Lo and behold, obviously the most talented freshman, Jeremiah Smith, I guess, Ohio State as well. But Ryan Williams makes a play. Alabama wins. Alabama covers. Alabama #1. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Alabama has the greatest coach of all time. He retires, and they go out and probably maybe hire the best coach in college football right now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, a couple of things to unpack there. One, thought that was the most complete effort, as you're saying, Colorado's put together, probably dating way back now, but it definitely in the coach. I don't know where it came from on the offensive defensive line, but they kind of manhandled UCF at the line of scrimmage. And if we're going to get that Colorado, Going
Well,
forward,
they're live in the Big 12.
they are very live in the Big 12. If that's the way they're going to play on both lines of scrimmage, do I think that's going to be a week in, week out? I don't. But the team that I saw in that game was a Big 12 contender, especially when you factor in what happened in Utah, what happened. Kansas State doesn't look particularly. I mean, I've never seen a conference that has with that many teams that's that wide open. So should be a fun finish in the Big 12. And the Bama Georgia. Where are you at post? I think this is the most fascinating question. Where would you, if you had to make the game again this week, where would you put it? Because I would argue that you had a DeBoer-esque game plan that Kirby was not ready for. And if you give me a rematch, I think I'd go UGA. I mean, really, and that's giving all the credit to a guy who, when you can win games against some of the other elite coaches, as he's done against Sark, against Kirby, you said it all there, that he's probably the best coach in college football, but I don't think he has the best team in college football.
No, that defense leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, you got to give him, his flowers. I mean, he's Dan Lanning, Sark, and now Kirby. 6 games against those guys. Underdog in all 6 games. 6-0. Straight up, DeBoer.
What?
Now, to your question.
What was his record against Jim Harbaugh, though?
0-1. There you go. Well, Harbaugh's, took his
go way back. It's even more losses when he was OC at Indiana.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we're counting that now. Who covered the spread? I don't know in those games. To go back to your question, I still have Georgia number 1 in my power rankings. Again, I just go to how many teams can have, turn the football over 4 times, have Milroe at the start of the game play perfect, literally perfection in the first 20 minutes of that game, create yourself a 4-touchdown hole and then be up with 2 minutes left on the road. So, yeah, Georgia's still number 1 for me. Let's get quickly, because we got Super Chat. Mitchell, I hope that's how you pronounce that. Mitchell Ferguson, thanks for all you do for the college football betting community for free. We appreciate you. We appreciate that Super Chat.
Mitchell. It's Canadian, baby. Maybe he's got a little Mitchell. Zach, jump in. How do you pronounce that in Canada? Because I saw that was
that has nothing to do with Canada.
What?
That has nothing to do with Canada.
Because it was Canadian, right? Like it was a Canadian.
Yeah, what is it?
I would think Mitchell. I hope.
No, it was $6.99 Canadian CA, right?
Right.
Oh yeah.
So he's got
that'll get you some Tim Hortons, right?
Yeah. That'll do.
Quebec, Montreal.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the name. I'm like, what?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Is it Michial, like Montreal?
Michial.
What is it?
Hopefully, you can tell us in the chat.
All right.
We
appreciate it regardless.
We teed him up. Sorry if he murdered it for you, Michael. But if you got a question, shoot it in there.
Alvaro Encinas is a new member. We appreciate him. So, and again, if I butcher it, light me up in the chat. Speaking of the chat, let's just get to it. Again, we went 7-6 fabulous ones after the latest weekend CLV defeat. Hey, 7-6 last I checked was at 53.8%. I'll take that.
Yeah,
considering what this show is
every week 7-6, you take it all the way to the banks here. I agree. We had a couple of. The Michigan blowing that cover was annoying to say the least.
Oh my God, yeah. They almost blew the game. We'll get to that in a second. And then Ole Miss, I thought we had a good play there, and then can't make a stop. Fumble, the ball pops up in the air. Ole Miss recovers. We get a winner there. Nope, Kentucky was the right side. Remember, we bet Ole Miss in the second half to basically win that game, and they were.
Oh, and Western Michigan too was a God. They should have won that game.
Yeah, went down at the goal line late.
Yeah, that was tough.
Marshall was a little bit better than I expected, though.
That was not the worst one though. And granted, we got Rutgers. We said we got lucky with Rutgers on Friday, but the Miami Ohio total goes to OT 2020. All we need is field goal. UMass misses a field goal to start. It lands 43.
No. That hurt.
Come on.
Yeah. It takes bad beats to beat us. No, I'm joking. Obviously see Colorado UCF. Fabulous one after last weekend's CLV defeat. I was wondering what percentage of a play is CLV related, how much to situation, schedule, injuries, and well, it's all into it. I mean, obviously, you're anticipating. For me personally, I have power ratings that I really trust. So I start with that. That, equates to a bet usually. And then all that other stuff's, part of the handicap. And look, if you bet early in the week, you got a good power rating and you do the handicap accordingly, the CLV, if you're betting enough as far as volume, it just comes with it. Getting out in front of stuff. So it's not, sometimes, yeah, I mean, I'll anticipate a market move, especially if it's around a key number, 2.5, I'm betting a favorite, 2.5, 6.5. And I fully, expect it to go to 7 or something. Then, yeah, then part of that CLV, but I don't just bet stuff. Oh, yep. Got me. I'm for sure going to get CLV on this one. My power rank calls for it and make a bet. That's just how I roll.
Yeah, I would say, for the majority, I know there's like this anti-CLV movement in some corners of the space. That to me is such like for your typical rec plus better or better that's trying to win, or just things that especially me and BP do here of like betting a lot of volume earlier in the week. You get CLV over the course of 500, 1,000 more plays. It's all going to work out in the end. There's the occasional groups, that are trying to mask the action or do stuff, but that's all in the very niche intricacies of betting.
500 level, 6-figure income.
Yeah. That's more of a different level. I think for your standard bettor who's really trying to, churn a profit, make money, bet volume, bet earlier in the week, and get your CLV, and it'll work out.
For your average guy, yes, absolutely. And I still, even in those groups that want to disguise master CLV and they're big, betting 6 figures a game, I still go, it comes down to this. You don't think CLV matters? 5 minutes before kickoff, let me bet any game I want using the opening line. And you tell me, you want to take me up on that? Because I'll do that all year. I'll quit this show. I'll quit everything that's outservice, everything. Just let me do that. You tell me it doesn't matter. Come on, get out of here with that. It's bull. Burt Brownies. UCF was so bad I might bet the Gators. Boy, that's the big battle in the marketplace today. Back, forth we go. Florida favorite, Central Florida favorite. I mean, where are you at on that game? I didn't bet that game yet. I kind of lean over.
So I feel there was some groups moving this morning. I filled some UCF on the plus side for somebody. And then I saw Mr. Muscles like the UCF as well.
They're out to 2.5 now. Look at that.
Yeah. I thought that again. That was we don't try not to overreact to one data point there, but it was a very underwhelming performance by UCF. The thing with Florida is in another, a couple weeks to prep. I've heard the case. It's just how much Florida is one of those teams in kind of a spot where you're like, what does this team care anymore? Are they focused? Can the coaching staff put them in the good position? I don't know. I kind of liked UCF as a little bit of a, a short dog there, but wouldn't play it now.
Yeah, I guess I missed
Florida
the boat on that one. I thought we'd just be going back and forth, but yeah, 2.5 now. My power ratings have Central Florida favored, but I'm just culture shocked after that performance last Saturday. That was rough. I generally don't trust Gus Malzahn. I just don't. I could see this could go either way. I mean, I could see a UCF blowout if they get the Gators down. Burt Brownie's also asking best bet Tulsa plus 10.5. Playing Army. I bet Army. I wouldn't bet Army now, but I certainly wouldn't recommend Tulsa with that defense that they put out against North Texas. I don't know why you want to get in front of the two service academies now, Army and Navy.
I was going to say the troops are back, like way back. I've renewed at Air Force after I lost my face in National Air Force early in national security. Army and Navy, like they're back out. That game's going to be an absolute classic at the end of the year. But I agree with you; they're both rolling on all cylinders, and Tulsa is not a team that you want to trust to stop the renewed, revamped military offense that both of the real academies are running there. So now I don't want any part of that one. I got to be honest.
No, I haven't. I bet Army, but you don't want to hear that number. Bad opener. back to Mitchell. I'm seeing it is Mitchell. Was an old man's middle name. Pretty sure it came from Montreal.
From Montreal.
Yeah. Do you think Temple has a shot at going over the 2.5 win total? I bet an irresponsible amount. You and I bet a lot on the under. What do we get though? A much different number, right?
Yeah, we have 3.5.
Do we have 3.5 or do we have higher? No, 3.5. I guess
3.5.
Right.
So they're sitting on.
I made it 2.5, and they got a win already. So they're still going to be an underdog in every game from here on out, right?
I mean, the only game that they're not going to be, I would say, a significant underdog the rest of the way is Florida.
Shit, we got under 2.5 on the show, though. Sorry, Mitchell. Hope you lose.
I mean, well, I don't like. Did he say over or under 2.5? Yeah, he bet under. Yeah, he followed.
Oh, he bet under. All right. It's not the best looking bet right now. I still think we're slightly favored because there's still going to be an underdog in every game. They're going to have to pull a couple upsets.
Yeah. Tulsa at home, Florida Atlantic at home would be the two that you'd look at as potentials for them. But Evan Simon's out this week. That number versus UConn.
They ain't winning this week, I'll tell you that. Not against that machine. They might as well be playing the 85 Bears this week.
Playoff contender in the Northeast there. But yeah, my guess it was they pull one short upset and it's 2-10. So
I would agree with that. And then you wonder if they suffer a couple more losses to fire the coach. I don't know. Just a really tough schedule for them. Starting with this week against the soon-to-be national champion Connecticut Huskies. Not in basketball, in football. No, I'm joking. Fabulous one. Back to him. UCLA plus 28. Too gross. Look ahead for the Nittany Lions. There's Jimmy Franklin licking his chops. And then they got a quarterback that's banged up too. So I actually bet Penn State here. So make sure if you're gonna bet it, take 28.5. Don't bet 28. I lean Penn State.
I mean, I don't love the number. I will say I don't think UCLA has looked competent in a game this year. Like they're I mean, it's
they did cover last week. They've covered the last two games though.
They've covered the last two. I don't know if they were deserved covers. Maybe the LSU one in Oregon. I thought they got 30. They really have nothing on offense. I don't know. And maybe the performance that we thought we'd get out of Penn State versus Illinois, you get this week out of UCLA, and they just clobber them. So yeah, I'm not dying to get involved in that. I would need it to go up a bit more. I just don't really want to play the UCLA side. I would need a little bit more margin in the number to want to play them.
Penn State, USC on deck. Man, this week's a little tame as far as the matchups, but next week, one of the best weeks of the year.
Pull up. I think that game is up at
what game?
The
Penn State, USC.
Penn State, USC.
All right, I haven't looked at it yet. I would guess Penn State 1, 2.5. I got no bet. What do you like?
I might have got on it a little earlier today. I did lay some Penn State money line there, like 120. I think that's a bad matchup for USC, in my opinion.
I'll tell you what, buried the lead. You son of a bitch. Got me on that head-to-head as far as UST Wisconsin. I'm up 21-10, catching more than 2 touchdowns. Nope, no lead safe when it's coming to me head-to-head against Kennish.
And I gave you I shouldn't have.
I was screaming at the TV, even though I had nothing. Oh no, I did have a Wisconsin bet.
I gave it back to you on the Saturday show with the Kennesaw. My Kennesaw folks didn't come through for me there. They didn't come through for us with enough points either. But
no, they didn't. That sucked.
I think we might have another head-to-head though this week.
Good. Yeah, I mean, the 2.5, I don't know. I mean, I agree. I think Penn State wins. So I'm looking at my power rings. It is 1. So that was a decent guess by me. Yeah, I don't know. I still think USC, and they're going to take body blows this week. This week's not. They'll beat Minnesota probably, but again, they're just going to continue to take these aren't layups for them every week. Like like the great USC teams would have in the Pac-12. I mean, it's just, I hear you. So yeah, I think you made a good bet there on Penn State. Scuba CW, love the show, baby. I'm ashamed to ask, what do you think about the Kennesaw State Jacksonville State game? I'll hang up and listen. I bet Kennesaw.
Me too.
Yeah, it just came too high in the open.
Wait. I'm sorry. I thought I heard you wrong. I'm actually on Jacksonville State here, but
all right, we'll go head to head. What's the number though?
You want it? Oh, the hook kills me. I bet 13.5.
Well, see, I bet that's all this is, folks. We act like it's all, the math guys will come in. It is just numbers. I took 17, 16.5. I mean, that's just all this is.
I would lay a smaller play on 14 if you could get it.
We'll go head to head at 14.5. You want to do that or no?
I don't want to lay the hook.
Exactly.
There.
See, that's all this is. So that's all this is. Kennesaw's pretty bad though.
I do think if Jacksonville State found a little something on offense, their defense is still bad. Now, can Kennesaw exploit that? I don't know, but
weren't they like +6 in turnovers though against Southern Miss prior to the bye last week?
Well, hey, sometimes the ball bounces your way.
Not enough. I bet the over in that game and couldn't get home. That was ridiculous.
I know.
Jacksonville State scored 40-some points and I didn't get the over. Is Kennesaw going to win a game? I don't know, man. On paper, no. I mean, they're going
to. You can't take UT Martin at home. I don't know.
I got a more than a field goal dog in every game. I mean, a touchdown dog a touchdown underdog in every game. We're going to have to pull. We thought that about Sam Houston last year, but I mean, the difference was Sam Houston was close in a lot of these games against decent teams. All right, we'll pass on that one. Number dependent. What'd you make it? 14 or 15? And that's about where I made it. Right?
Yeah, I just saw a little bit of 13.5. I thought it would close higher. Oh, but there, like the Pat Krause of 14. So it was just kind of a scoop up on one of the 13.5s that was out there.
Fair enough. Nicholas in the chat, going to the Oklahoma State game on Saturday. Do you like Oklahoma State -4? If you don't, does the line move towards Oklahoma State or West Virginia? I took a little West Virginia. I would still lean that way. I'm, close to my number though. I mean, I'm right around 4. I'm not sure Oklahoma State's any good. Remember, they got fortunate in the Arkansas game. West Virginia's off a bye. I'm more on the West Virginia side. Where you at?
Oh, I was gonna. You know what? I thought we'd maybe have a shade at 4.5. I would have said let's do it as a best bet. But it looks like 3.5 at FanDuel at the moment.
Yeah, let's come back to that one. See,
okay.
I do like I like West Virginia. Probably that's a good one for your round robin on Friday too. Obviously, if I think they cover, I think they could win. I'm scared. I mean, I bet Oklahoma State win totals, and I'm scared right now. And even got good numbers on the win totals. I guess all that flack we took, we might be coming right back around to where we were after the South Alabama game last year. So, no, they're not that good. We'll see if he can right the ship there. That's a pretty important game for both teams.
Yeah,
to get a win.
Yeah,
the loser does not come anywhere close to meeting preseason expectations. D-League 23. When you guys consider a quick 20 to 30, would you guys consider 20 to 30 second recaps on all the best bets from the week prior? Just like to get a quick thoughts on each. I guess we could. We have so many though. I mean, that'd take up like half the show. I'm just joking.
We could do, if we maybe a select few.
Yeah. We'll normally get to them by the time, the chat starts. We could take questions on every game. So, but that's a pretty good suggestion. We can maybe recap it and do that on a Monday. We'll do it. We'll start next Monday. I'll commit to it. You don't have to do it. I can do it. We can do it all off the top of the head, and I can just ask you for a few comments. So we could plow through it. That's what she said. Brett Pund in the chat. Any thoughts on Houston TCU? I bet Houston and the under again. I don't know if I'm running there now, but that's where I was on the game. I think there's obviously correlation.
Yeah, I agree with you. I didn't really take part in there, but I'm with you in terms of
Houston's offense sucks, but I couldn't get above. I took it above when it was above 3 scores. So Houston's defense is competent. There's correlate. You like the favorite, you probably like the over. If you like the dog, I wouldn't be betting at a 15.5. Again, it was a long time ago. So no, in the past right now. Thoughts on A&M -2 or Wake Forest +5? I like the A&M side more, but I don't want Wegman playing. What's your thoughts on that? Wake Forest, it seems like the sharp side. Their season's on the brink too. But I definitely think that I'm not a part of the Wake Forest money so far, but that seems like the sharp side, handicapping 101.
We're gonna win my ever head to head. I like Mizzou this week. I'm going, especially I was able to get a 3. I think they're live.
Want to go now at 2?
What do we got? 1.5.
Let's go 1.5.
All right. I'm in. Head-to-head.
You're in? All right, good. Nice head-to-head here.
Yeah.
Who do they play? They haven't played anybody.
You know what? I think they're a little bit more stable than Texas A&M. I agree with you. I don't love if Weigman's going to come back off a multi-week layoff and they're going to try and play him. I don't love that for the Texas A&M offense. And I agree. Missouri's offense has been clunky in some spots. I just like the coaching staff. I like the team a little better. So for me, Missouri is a little bit of a short jog. I like it.
Biggest strength of schedule disparity in college football this week. Plus, first road game for Missouri. Kyle Field, A&M, baby. Looking forward to that one now. Is that a noon game?
By the end of that,
is that a noon game? We might as well make the announcement if that's the noon game.
Oh, yeah.
We'll, I think it is. It's the noon ABC game. Oh, we got UCLA Penn State. That's a blowout. SMU Louisville, which is a good, decent game. I can like Louisville there. No, that'll be our Saturday game. Mizzou A&M at noon. Boom. There we go. Big announcement for Saturday. Make sure you tune into the Saturday shows for halftime of Mizzou and A&M. Brett in the chat, thoughts on East Carolina move today? ECU take a ton of money. I'm part of it, but I was on it yesterday. Yeah, it looks like it. Up to 9.
Yeah, that was there were some questionable openers for this late in the week. Yeah,
it was.
So I think Circa opened this like 4.
Did you get that one? I did not. But I took I think the second hit on that one. I laid 6, but I hit bet. It said 6. I'm like, I'll still bet it. That one was bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
There was a lot. Virginia Tech 3.
Yeah, Virginia Tech 1 was bad. Yeah. The UConn. So yeah, they had a couple. It's getting. I tell you what, though, I watched because I'm a sick man. I watched a lot of that Charlotte Rice game.
Oh my God, you are sick.
That Charlotte quarterback is so bad. Like, he's so inaccurate. And I get why they're playing him because he's got a big arm. And it's like we need to, like, he hit that ridiculous 80-yard pass to like get him down inside the 10. And then they get like a pass interference. It still took them like 3 shots to get there inside the 1. I don't know. I kind of think East Carolina rolls them.
I do too. Anything under 10 is worth it.
Yeah. Even gun to my head now, I'd still lay it.
Yeah, agree. They got 2 very, very fortunate wins. Gardner-Webb game was fortunate for them.
I know.
That sucks. I keep forgetting I bet their win total under. I'm going to have to sweat that one out. Unbelievable. Well, I got to look at these win totals. Portfolio ain't looking good. I might pass on win totals next year. I say that, but whatever. Brad also asked about Kansas, Arizona State. I took Kansas. Yeah, but I took 4. Come on, I'll go head to head at 3. Even you want to go head to head?
Yeah, chalk it up, Zach. We'll take 3.
You want to do 3.5? Let's go head to head on 3.5. What?
Not the old FanDuel shade on that one.
We'll do 3. We'll do 3.
All right. laid some Arizona State at open when it was like there was like pick -1.5 or something like that. But
there was a lot of disagreement with some of these numbers.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of back and forth in this one. I mean, you keep kind of waiting for Kansas to put it together, especially offensively. And you might be right on your Kotelnicki. Like the Kansas offense without him is not functioning the same. And even with Jalen Daniels, like it just doesn't look right week after week. And I'm not blaming that. I'm not going to put it all on Daniels.
You know what? I got. How would you like 10 on this game? That's what I bet in the summer on this.
Is that
Arizona? No, I got 11. I just looked, but no, I like Kansas. I'm not middling, just a middle. I don't know. I mean, I hear you. I just Arizona State. Two of their wins are not aging that great. Wyoming and Mississippi State. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, head-to-head at 3. I'll give you a half point there. You keep that in mind for other future head-to-heads. Ryan Hart, Old Dominion, or no, Brett also asked about Bowling Green dominate Akron. I'm not there on the number. I hear you, but that was devastating for the win totals. I was watching that game. They couldn't get off the field on 4th down on that final drive. And who are your moles on the freaking Old Dominion quarterback? The regular starter played. Wilson's running around and shit. Oh my God, that info was bad.
Yep. Man. I know. And he was. I mean, he didn't. Bowling Green shouldn't have lost that game.
They shouldn't have. They were not the right side at any point really in that game. They were fortunate actually to take the lead there late. They missed a field goal. Old Dominion had a personal foul. Bowling Green then scored a touchdown to go up. I'm like, okay, we'll get a lucky win. I'll take it because I need it for the win total. Nope, all the way down the field. That sucks.
Did you
bet this game? I bet you laid it with BG. That looked a little light on the open.
I didn't get in. I'm probably a buyer at 14 though. Maybe I'm waiting. I think this will tick maybe back a bit. I know there's a couple smatterings out there. 13.5. I'm definitely in. But yeah, I'm gonna lay this at some point. Akron.
What was the Akron money? Was that bad info too? I don't know. The Ohio game that closed like what 8?
Yeah, and that they just. I mean, it was close.
It was close early, but man, the box score says. I mean, that Ohio should have won by 3 touchdowns.
Right.
Wow, this Mac.
I'm not going to let.
Who's your Mac guys? I mean, I'll tell you what. If they're my Mac guys, you're fired. I mean, seriously.
The Old Dominion one, I was surprised. The Mac one, I was hearing some tea leaf, but the Old Dominion, was. And that the market took that out too. So, yeah, we'll have to get it back this week with BG, baby.
All right, we'll revisit that one on Friday. Speaking of Old Dominion, Ryan Hart likes Old Dominion +5. I don't. I'm more on the coastal side this week.
I agree. I'm not. I did you lay that already?
No, not yet. I was waiting.
Mm.
Have you yet? Where's it 5? I was waiting to see some ODU money come in. But I would be 4.5. Are we playing? Are we going?
Let's
Best bet. Have we had one yet?
No.
We haven't. Jesus, 37 minutes on the show. This sucks. Are we
I'm in on Coastal 4.5.
Yeah, let's do it. 4.5. Boom. Best bet Coastal.
Yeah, I
like the spot.
Yeah, I like the spot. I like their offense too against Old Dominion. I don't think Old Dominion has the offense here to kind of keep up with Coastal. A little undervalued at the moment too. So,
all right, good. Best bet, folks. For those of you that stood with us for 38 minutes, there's your first one. Not your last one. Definitely not. We'll at least have a couple more here. 20 MC20, Indiana and Sam Houston have a chance to be my first win totals home this weekend. Have you guys had any decided yet? Also, anything catch your eyes future-wise currently? I'm trying to think if I've had anything. I'm close on New Mexico over 1.5. We have under 2.5. So they've got thread the needle there. Indiana's a great bet, but you got Sam Houston. I did bet that one. I don't know. I haven't really looked. Have you? Do you know win totals are decided? Notre Dame's close under 10.5.
Florida State, all the numbers is one of them.
Oh,
Oh man.
And the alt numbers, all of the alt numbers are going to hit on that one.
Yeah.
What could you gotten under 4.5 at like 10-1, 20-1?
Great. I mean, Indiana, man, Jesus Christ, they are week after week, and quite a battle in the market last week with Maryland, Indiana, Maryland, Indiana
battle there.
And then I don't know, second half it was just like they leaned on them. Like they are
good. -4 in turnovers, and they covered.
You're right.
You know how rare that is,
Right?
I mean, you lose a turnover battle, period. You are such a big. I think like the team that wins a turnover battle covers like 70% of the time. It is literally like the most important stat to covering a points rate. We looked it up. It's actually more important than who's winning the game at halftime. Well, we did like 20 years of research on this. It was the NFL related, but it's unbelievable. And they were -4 in turnovers. Still won, covered. There is such a machine. Again, I'll say it again. Dog in only one game at Ohio State, late November. We bet Indiana the playoff? No, I'm not there.
I don't think I'm there yet either. But
I just don't think they get the benefit of the doubt. This ain't, Indiana basketball, Bobby Knight. I think they're going to have to go 11-1 to make it. And the strength of schedule is not great. Ethan, thoughts on Boise State against Utah State? I didn't bet it, but I was pretty happy with Boise State's performance last weekend. I'll tell you what, they had a bunch of like wide receivers out and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that was impressive. They had like 2 starters out.
You think Genty any shot at the Heisman?
I'd prefer him over Hunter just to keep people quiet.
Right. Oh yeah, I know. I just
as a fan, yeah, he should be in New York. I mean, you watch the tape. I mean, he's one of the 5 best players in America.
Yeah.
Is he going to win it? No, but I mean, he could be a finalist. That would be a good story, I guess.
I think that's probably where it tops out at is I feel like that there's going to be one of the quarterbacks that goes 11-1 or undefeated.
Yeah.
And then probably takes it.
Who's Alabama losing to?
I know.
Maybe Tennessee on the road, but Are we sure on Tennessee? I'm not yet because we had an Ole Miss situation last week. Yeah, they're good. No, you haven't played anybody. And I know Tennessee played NC State and Oklahoma, but those 2 teams, in my opinion, aren't great. We got a super chat.
Oh, we've been waiting to talk this one, baby.
Schuyler. Hopefully I'm saying that one right.
Schuler.
Okay, Schuler.
Okay, I mean this guy's everybody's super chatting here with but from around the globe. I mean, we did 2 Midwest guys here. We can barely speak English.
Yeah, I know. I can barely say my vowels.
German names.
Yeah. Michigan going to be part of the round robin this week. I understand Lincoln Washington as a dog was a 3-point favorite. Oh, here we go. I get it. Travel. But still, are we going head to head on this game?
Yes.
All right.
I bet some 3 today. I think I can't get to 3. I understand all the issues with Michigan's offense, but I think you're getting the better overall football team as a 3-point.
There's been a battle here. Went to flashback 2.5, went back to 3. There's gonna be a battle then.
Yeah. It seems like that's where the kind of the back and forth is. Will Johnson
want to go head to head at 2.5?
We'll wait till Friday's show. See where it's at.
We're not because the money's gonna come in Washington. I can tell you this: the tout service will probably, depending on where the line is, I'm gonna feel the market out a little bit because this market I thought set up great for like Friday release. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I bet this, and this. I mean, here we go. I thought some of the best numbers of the week were on Friday. It's just because of a disagreement and taking right around key numbers. I would guess the tout service has Washington. Just giving you, I happen to know the owner of the tout service. It'll be Washington at some point this week. Maybe money line. Ryan, new member. We appreciate you. And I got to look here. There we go. I got to find my place. Sorry, I lost it. You had me all discombobulated on the Huskies.
Well, yeah.
Dude, that's handicapping 101, dude. Come on. You like Michigan?
What? +3? What do you always say? Preach number 3 points. They're better than 3 points better than Michigan.
Yeah.
Stewart's back. Will Johnson's back. Samaj Morgan's back.
Yeah.
Come on.
I
pick, I could see it. At pick, I could see it.
Okay.
At 3,
There will be battles on that one. That'll probably be back and forth of
Yeah.
any of the games this week. Where am I at, man? I gotta scroll way up. Spammy Sosa, is SMU going to be part of the money line round robin this week? Is it?
it's in consideration. I don't love. You know what? I will say. I was impressed significantly by the way that, and I know it's Florida State, and everybody's throwing the jokes around there. The fact that they really stepped on the throat second half, that was pretty impressive. With that said, for two guys, no, I'm just dog. Wait, maybe now it's definitely in the round robin here. Yeah, now we're definitely. I thought we kind of maybe this is just hindsight 2020. I thought I know we didn't give it as a best bet because it was 6.5 here. Louisville +7 was 100% the right side, and
it was, man.
I
like Louisville this week. We'll see where that line is on Friday.
All right.
Another hint. I think the top service will have Louisville. I was impressed with Louisville. Man, Shuck their pass game was, I mean, they made 2-3 throws and 2-3 catches that are as good as any I've seen in college football this year. I thought, Brom schemed some good stuff up.
Yeah.
But his clock mismanagement was pathetic. So Louisville impressed me. They were the right side in the game. I think they hammer SMU. Letting you know. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. Birdie man, why are people betting Northwestern Iowa this week? I bet Iowa. I didn't bet Northwestern. But again, I played a number 21.5. I'm telling you, man, I haven't watched a ton of the Buckeyes, but I followed along a little bit. Michigan State had 3 turnovers in the red zone. This Ohio State team, I think I'm going to be on Oregon next week, man. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't bet. The Indiana steam comes every week for good reason. So yes. I didn't. If you definitely didn't want to get in on Northwestern early. I don't know if I want to get in Northwestern at any point, to be honest with you.
No.
But I will. I don't.
13.5. I would be more likely best bet Indiana at this point. We're stopping this machine.
I know. That's what it opened a lot, and I was like, "Dude, should we do it?" I will say, I kind of want. You want to go? We might have another head-to-head. I think
I'm the Buckeye game.
Yeah.
What's the number? I took 21.5. You want to go head-to-head on that?
No, because our sponsor FanDuel, we do the current number unless we.
I just gave you a half point on a game.
What's Zach? What's the line? Here?
Iowa, Ohio State. Rotation. Well, they don't do rotation.
I'll give you 20.
No, I don't want 20.
Oh yeah, it's a key number.
Nah.
Putting the prime.
We'll revisit on Friday. Yeah, you like the Buckeyes to roll there.
Yeah, I listen. Nobody's a bigger Iowa hater than me in the country. So even in parts of Nebraska where there's like corn battles and stuff. No, I don't think the Iowa offense functions against Ohio State, and it's just a once. One of those.
Move the football. Marshall moved the football. We'll see.
Those teams use the forward pass, unlike the Hawkeyes in this one.
That's a good comeback. Touche. Christoph Harper, Rutgers +7. Handicapping 101 would say Nebraska, but I played a power rating. I bet Rutgers +7.
I did too. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate betting them off such a misleading game, but where's that one at? Man, damn it.
No.
7, I'd be like, best bet. I mean, I don't trust Nebraska to lay a number yet. Again, Rutgers is still very solid up front on both sides.
Yeah.
And that Monanga is that's a running back, folks.
Yeah, I'm with you. That I agree. Just touchdown, little's too steep in this one.
Yeah. Another one we'll revisit on Friday. Zach, have a future on Wazoo to make the college football playoff? Yeah, it's dead. Sorry.
No.
Or are they in if they run the table? Nah, it's
no.
Dead. I think they had to run the table. Or they need so much chaos. It's dead.
Yeah.
They got blown out.
Yeah.
Nick in the chat, thoughts on swallowing the entire points with Florida State at 15. Figured Glenn can't be worse than DJU. I did make that bet. Where are you at on that one?
Oh, you did? You did take Florida State.
I did. I must be a sucker because I bet them last week and got
Man.
that was a. Did you, speaking of bad beats, we didn't even talk about that one. We bet them first half. Did you see what happened there? He
I
stopped
did.
announced at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
The fuck? I mean, it's now that I started looking at it, I was like, oh my, what? That should have been a big week.
I know. We did. Yeah. We should have been a
A
10
monster week.
Yeah.
My goodness. What's going on?
Oh man. Yeah.
I'm going to go through. I'm going to tell you what, this offseason, I'm going to go through the bet stamp. I'm going to look at our close wins and losses because I bet I'm just not saying this to bitch, but I bet on this show it's 35%. It has to be.
It's been some painful one. I mean, that's the only, and I know it's juiced up there. That's the only 30. I mean, there's 15 and a halves out there.
Would you lay 13 and a half? I just got to.
So
Maybe Mr. Muscles is watching the show. He says DJ's out for Florida State.
What do you think of Glenn?
Oh, I don't think much, honestly.
Here, I mean, and I know this just happened with the UNLV drama. My usual thing with quarterbacks is if this guy's been in the program for 2 years. He had some atrocious stats last year. I just pulled up. His stats, I think 37% completions. I can't do it.
I'm not doing it at 13 and a half. I don't want it to be a part of the Chad has been saying Clemson since we went live from Zach. Everyone wants Clemson. I don't really. Is that what you want? You want Clemson 13 and a half?
I mean, it's a good. I think it's going to close well, based on what I'm seeing out there.
Yeah, go ahead, man. 13 and a half. Go ahead. You want to best bet it?
Sure, lock it in, Zach.
There you go.
I mean, it's just not going to be like.
Yeah, it's not. It's going to close higher. I don't know I don't like the Glenn. It's certainly not the UNLV situation, which we kind of buried the lead there. I mean, they got better.
I'll take the L there because that.
Well, you could have been right there with me, sitting next to me at the spring game, and you would have been like, yeah, he can actually throw the football. And guess what? Their best player on offense can actually touch the football now. Ricky White, 100+ yards, 10 catches.
Yeah. That was Ricky.
Why was Lucas starting though? What was it? It wasn't NIL.
I don't know, but I agree with you now after seeing that. It's like,
and Hodge ran for over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Boy, the market's telling you that he is an upgrade because what are they there?
I was just going to say, we had the super chat too about this game.
Oh,
Ben
IQ's at 7. Benjamin.
You have to at 7.
Yes, I agree. I think there was some buyback at 6.5. Now, right?
I never saw a flat 7. If you see a flat 7, you have to.
I agree.
What about 6.5 juice there? It just moved.
Oh my God. Yeah. 6 or more, I'd be interested in Syracuse. I did bet the game. It's UNLV. You don't want to know the line. I'll be at the game. I'm going right after the show on Friday. Yeah, right after the show wraps up, I'm heading down there. Big game. Probably the biggest home game they've had here forever. I know the Mountain West Championship game last year, but non-conference, that's big. All right. Get to it. Tennessee plus 8.5 at Georgia.
That's one of the look-ahead futures there they had up at FanDuel.
Did you bet these?
Not that one, because
See, you are betting. I don't get texts. I'm joking with you.
No, they just said they dropped some more today but this was like 14.5 like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Now it's down, I think,
it's in range right now. I'd say that's where I'd make it.
I'm telling you, you gotta. I need some information on Tennessee's offensive line because that against Oklahoma they were like dropping like flies. So that's not.
I bet Arkansas this week.
Oh,
Yeah, wouldn't bet it now. Again,
Okay.
I don't know what was with the openers. I don't know. Some people left and they're preparing for college basketball or what NHL starts this week, NBA. I know. Maybe they got to divert some of the attention, but yeah, some bad openers.
Yeah. Oh, so a market battle here. 3-letter service on Arkansas State, and then some buyback on South Bama. Do you think you're?
So I understand. I bet Arkansas State, pure numbers. But you dive into the numbers, you're like, holy shit, this Arkansas State team is a fraud or phony. So I understand why there's a battle.
Gio Lopez is playing.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I just saw. Yeah, no, looks good to go.
No, I just
What's that, Zach?
basic power rating says Arkansas State, and then you dive into some of the metrics, and you're like, South Alabama's going to kill this team.
I like South Alabama under 3.
Where's it at now?
2.5.
If you want a best bet, go ahead. Boom.
Give it to me, Zach.
Boom.
Yeah, I'm in.
Another best bet. All right, we're making progress here. It's kind of subdued. I blame maybe I'm kind of low E. I didn't have an extra cup of coffee today, so I apologize for that. Because we know you're off the C.
Yeah, I'm off the sauce.
Yeah. You don't need it though. I do.
No,
Austin, Embry, Virginia Tech, Stanford +9. A lot of movement on Virginia Tech.
Daniels is out for Stanford and the backup.
He's out?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Virginia Tech.
I think they're. I would say I think he got hurt in the last game. The presumption is he's out for this week.
They played a lot better than that final against Clemson. I'm just letting you know.
I agree. But I thought Virginia Tech also had their best game of the season versus Miami. So
what are we doing with that? Are we doing anything? Lampson has played, but he can't throw.
And yeah, he's like a wildcat guy. So that's why
the under took a ton of money too.
Yeah. So it's moved too far now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Boom. Well, I'll tell you what, the opener didn't have that info on the Stanford quarterback.
Yeah. So. No, it did not.
Yeah. Arthur,
I'll talk to you after show on this one, just because it stayed there. I think they something either glitched or because it stayed at 3 for like 5 minutes. So I'm wondering. I mean, maybe 5 minutes is presumptuous, but like it was there sitting 3 for.
Oh man, I don't know. I just moved on to the next game.
Yeah, that's usually
that's
right.
What happens, yeah.
But I was noticing because usually it's a snap move after.
Yeah, it must have been something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will move after a bet. That's why it's tough to get bets on those. Arthur in the chat, hey fellas, Navy -9.5.
What do you? So all the trends, add the Z's, baby, would tell you that this is a double digit, service academies, 60 and 20 over the last 80 years. I don't know. I mean, I've seen 5 data points or 4 data points on Air Force that they're absolutely awful.
I do not want anything to do with Air Force. I can tell you that.
Me neither.
I'll be honest with you. Let the trends. Bet Service Academy unders. This Navy offense is a different story, folks. They got the new OC from Mercer, who's going to be a head coach soon. I don't know. What's it down to 34.5? I mean, fucking Navy can get. Wyoming put 31 on them. So I mean, this Air Force team sucks.
They're brutal. I mean, losing to multiple scores to that Wyoming team.
That was a regret because my power ratings were screaming Wyoming last week. I'm bad, but not big. We'll revisit that one on Friday. I know that sounds like a broken record on today's show, but I'm actually interested in being contrarian Navy and over. What do you think about that? I guess Navy's defense could shut them down. Although this isn't a great Navy defense.
Correlated parlay, baby. Navy and over.
Yeah. I just want to see how low this total, because the trends are, it's like 90% unders in Service Academy games.
You can't ever get away from them the week of these games.
Yeah. But they've been so damn low and get bet low that it's pretty cheap to bet the over. And the last, 2 Army Navy games have gone over on the last play of the game. So, well, I might try to go to that game again this year. Army Navy. That might be a hell of a game. Might be a couple of 10-win teams.
Yeah.
Rolling in the chat. Michigan State plus 24. I think they can keep it close at Oregon. I think it's a tough spot.
Ooh, I mean, they probably should have covered last week versus Ohio State, but like you're talking about a brutal back-to-back. Their offense leaves a lot to be desired at the moment with Childs. It's so erratic with what you're getting out of him. I think in that second half versus Ohio State, I think he had like 10 yards passing. And then they ended up putting in the second stringer after it. But once they dialed it up, like after the Smith scripted plays were out, there was nothing left there. So, I think Oregon. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think there'll be spots to back Sparty here coming up. Not this
when? Have you seen the schedule?
Yeah, well, I know. Well,
against your Michigan Wolverines, Iowa too.
Yeah, I like those matchups a lot better than this one.
Agree. Well said. Zach, a super chat. Appreciate $10. More Tim Hortons for the other Zach. Marshall versus App State.
Our Zach's gonna be. I'll tell you a Zach story after you finish this.
Marshall versus App State. I'm sure you guys saw, but the App State campus was completely destroyed by those floodwaters. Gotta wonder where their team and coaches' heads are at there. Zach, I'll tell you what. You are a mind reader. Best comment we got all day because Tout Service gave out Marshall for exactly your handicap. I don't know what's the practice situation. I know I was just there last year. They have an indoor facility and stuff, but how is your mind on football with the total devastation? It can't be.
Yeah, I mean, those were some wild shots just in terms of like this wild situation too, of like, the people not being able to communicate and stuff like that, get out of there. So an area that hasn't flooded in like, I don't know, 100 years or 1916 or whatever it was. Yeah, that's good. And just let's take all that out of it.
And their team sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think this App State team's kind of terrible. I know.
What's the line at right now? Pull that up, Zach. I'll best bet it. I think. Oh no, never mind. And somebody pushed. Everyone keeps pushing back. Hey, the Tout Service is actually doing well this year. I don't know. Keep betting against me. I don't care. But I saw it came back to 2.5. Then did it get rebought back?
Yeah. Repop.
Right.
I agreed with the play. I liked it under 3.
Shop around.
Yeah,
3.5's the worst number because there's still a lot of 2.5. I'm telling you, if you can find a 2.5, best bet. Boom. Favorite bet right now on the board at 2.5. That's just me. Because I don't know where they're at. And even on the field, remember the last time we've seen them? Not good against South Alabama. Zach says we can do a 2.5 because they're widely available. We are doing a 2.5. Minus 2.5. Marshall best bet. Boom. There you go. Another one. Let's wrap this up. Just a few more, and then we'll recap best bets. Connor, we talked about the Jayhawks. Knish and I have a head-to-head there. Nevada +7 from Tommy Finn. I did bet Nevada, but I don't know if I'm there at 7. Are you there?
Not at 7. I agree. Some of the opening numbers, yeah, not at 7.
What do we think of the total?
Oh.
I lean over.
Oh.
So Nevada gets, they finally get a bye week. I think they can, San Jose is, playing with some tempo. They haven't had great success, but obviously the Washington State game, we'll do a little more investigation and handicapping on that one. That might be a sneaky over.
Okay.
Let's see what the groups do with that one. Cause I think gut with, first instinct was, under. No, I think it's opposite that. Guy asked, we talked about the UNLV game. You guys are too funny today. Thank you. I really need it. Have we been funny? I don't know.
Did he like the guy, baby? Guy.
Yeah, there he goes.
Knish Prime, living it up, doing the Lord is out here for me and Shador, baby. They're going to win the Big 12.
Did we bet that?
No.
I think Tent has that. We'll never hear
the end of it.
Oh my goodness!
From Dion's family or him.
Oh, that's gonna be ugly. I'm gonna have to. I'm just thinking, like, what am I gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to go off the grid. That's going to be bad. I tried to give him credit. That was a great win. Garrett, Syracuse, not minus 6.5. We're more on the dog there. Let's see where that line is on Friday. But Syracuse, I think, is the right side at the current number. Charles, best Army Navy game since 1912. No, they've had a couple of decent ones here recently that they've been highly. But it'll be up there.
What did what row were you in for that one in 1912?
For me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm old. I ain't that old. 1912.
Didn't one of these teams during one of the world wars win the national championship?
Yeah, Army was really good. I mean, Staubach in 63. I can remember. I think they were both up there. 96 game. I remember I think they were both had really good records in that one. 1996. Look it up if you don't believe me. I think Army was like 10-1 that year. And then, I mean, they've had some good. I mean, the Malcolm Perry Navy team, Keenan Reynolds. I mean, there's been an Army's had winning records here. There's been some good matchups. Hey, man, Service Academy is playing good football, not Air Force this year.
Right.
Two more. Then we'll call it quits. The Boise Ashton Genties minus 26.5 seems mandatory. Not mandatory for me. Off the big win lane, a big number. Utah State's off a bye, off an upset loss. I'm not there. I need less.
Yeah.
Speaking of Big 12 conference futures, BYU at 15-1 seems reasonable. No,
I'm not in on it. I'm not in them. They got the Kansas State was a bit fraudulent box score. The Baylor game was again, they almost blew it at the end. I think you're buying the bottom in this instance, or buying the top, whatever you want to phrase it.
Top.
Yeah, buying the buying the top there, the bottom of the pricing. So no, not for me. I'd rather.
I'm not there. What are you there anywhere on them? I'm just keeping the portfolio, letting it ride from the start of the season. I can tell you this though: if Colorado puts together, I mean, they're going to win it if they play like that. They won't though.
No.
What's Utah at right now? Buy low.
Is Cam Rising ever going to play again, or are we just going to do this dance every single week?
Yeah, they're off. They got to figure it out on this bye.
Well, Wisconsin. Let's fire through we can fire through the last 8 here.
All right, we can
rapid fire.
Tulane and UAB seems super short. I bet Tulane. Did you bet that game?
I agree with you. I did bet Tulane. I can't even think of the number off the top of my head though. But
Sox fan asked about the Michigan Ohio State game. Hey man, you like the Michigan at 7 or whatever?
7.5, 10.5,
like 19.5.
I'd really like it at 19.5. I don't even know if I like it at 19.5. But no, I did. Listen,
I would bet it maybe, and that'd be a slugfest.
Yeah, I know. It's like the first price now during the day where it's like, actually,
it could go higher though.
That is the other thing. It could go higher.
Yeah, Michigan's not done losing. I'm just letting you know. Starting with this week, Jacob Duffy, Wisconsin minus 12. I didn't bet that game. Did you bet it?
I mean,
I would lean that way.
I did not bet this game yet. Your boy. It's hard to back your boy. Lock it up because.
Well, I ain't backing him after you cost me a head-to-head against you. Throwing a pick six.
Yeah, I mean, now granted,
man.
Purdue fired their OC. Purdue looks like the worst team in the Big Ten, like by a touchdown.
Does he get another year if they keep losing?
I mean, the first step is always fire the coordinator, but I don't know.
I watched every play of the Notre Dame Purdue game. Purdue looked like a middle of the road FCS team.
I was just going to say, to give up 60 points to that Notre Dame offense is like impossible.
And here's the thing: Notre Dame's backups were in there to start the third quarter, and the backups were destroying them. Yeah. I mean, it literally looked like a bad FCS team.
The Nebraska game was like 0-0, close to half. Nebraska should have been up like 17-21-0. And they end up not only covering, but win by margin.
Let's revisit that one because the way we're talking this through, I kind of want Wisconsin.
I've talked myself into him too. You want to take 12.5?
Yeah, let's wait. I don't think it. You think it's going to 14? I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not even a Wisconsin guy, but Purdue's at 11.
All right, we'll lay it.
I don't think
12
it's
and a half.
I don't think it's coming
It
back.
ain't going back.
It's
It
not
ain't going
coming back down.
No.
Who's so Graham Harrell's out. Is the quarterback?
I don't even know
coach?
who's capable on the staff. It's a defensive
That's what I was
staff.
going to say. Like, who's even?
I got to look into that. That's a great question. Boy, they're bad. Tom in the chat. Beck Heisman at the bottom of the market, 30-1. Ooh. What do you think about that? Boy, he was trash. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the he's had a few now. I mean, his stats in the end look decent. But I don't know. You've had after the Kentucky game and the Bama loss.
They got a lot of big games left, though.
They
Ole
do
Miss,
have a lot of big
Texas,
games. It feels like
Tennessee.
he can't miss on any of them, though.
That's true. Joey Puck's coming up on Edgework tonight.
So there might be a surprise Joey Puck's appearance this season, but Edgework coming back. Zach, when's Edgework? I'm teeing you up here. When's Edgework back officially?
Back next week. First NHL game is the Tuesday, October 8th, and then we are back full time starting then, Monday through Friday. Yep.
I love this time of year. Again, the sports books get distracted. There's
Are
just too much
we
going on.
actually paying people to watch Allbird this year, or are they still have to do it?
It's like Hit the Books memberships, but reverse.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Yeah, we send it back to them. Yeah. Yeah. Back next Tuesday, though. Yeah.
All right.
When we are.
There we go. Some cross promotion. Make sure you guys are tuning in. Air Force is worse than the Forward Progress best bets. They haven't been good.
I got to give the pizza buffet credit. Not Forward Progress, but the pizza buffet on Sunday. He hit like it was an anytime touchdown, I think. It was like 170-1 if you parlayed them all. And he's been crushed. I hate to give the pizza man credit as much as anybody, but he has done really well on the pizza buffet morning show.
Forward Progress done on the NFL so far. You
pizza
had a
buffet.
hot start. How have you done on the NFL? How have you done? I have done my
last 2
NFL
weeks. No
sucked.
bueno. First 2 weeks that was like a 90%. Last 2 weeks losing.
How you grasping any of this shit? It's a total I don't know. This is my worst start to any NFL season. Sucks. Oh well. Christopher O'Donnell, 999. Just want to say thanks to Brad. The old BP Tout Service killing it this year. No, that isn't the guy from The Scent of a Woman.
They're your favorite movie reference.
Yeah, Christopher O'Donnell.
Good
you
stuff.
You don't know who he is? You still don't?
I mean, I looked it up after you talked about it, but
he's got a pretty. Come on. I guess I'm old, man.
Do I got to look
I
at
guess
his
90s
IMDb?
movie references are old, 30 freaking years ago. Be like quoting movies references. There he is. He's pretty famous. He's been in a lot of stuff. Done a lot of TV work lately, I thought. Wasn't he on that show with LL Cool J or something for a long time?
I watched that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, with LL Cool J. Yeah.
Yeah. He's done that show's been on for 10 years.
Yeah, he's definitely a big TV guy. Grey's Anatomy, NCIS Los Angeles for like 15 years.
Was a big movie guy as a kid. He was Robin in Batman in the mid-90s for 2 movies, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. He was Robin. Come on. I guess my pop culture is I'm old. Aaron is not old. He's a new member. High value conversations, Vandy plus 23.5. The Commodores took some money today against the Crimson Tide of Alabama. Spot says screams Vanderbilt.
I bought some Vandy yesterday for a friend of the show. Wisconsin really got popped just now. So yeah, people were waiting on that one.
Shoot. I mean, I did not bet. I mean, that's on you guys to chat because I mean, just talking that through, it's like, how does that not go?
I got enough that I'll send you some if you didn't weren't able to get in.
No, you keep it. We keep it. See, I'm not a spread the wealth guy. You hoard it. I mean, if I wanted it, I would have made the bet. So.
I mean, I just as we talked it through, I agree. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, I know. Just talking. Sometimes that's all it is. Just talking it through. Like they don't keep that close. Wisconsin buries them. You got any closing thoughts? Just recap the best bets.
No, I thought that was a good Monday show here. Chat was live.
I'll be honest. I was well below average today. So I'm just being. I'm keeping it real.
Yeah, you're being too hard on yourself. You're giving it a good effort here.
Low energy. Got to make sure I have that coffee before the show. Zach, you gonna pull up these best? I'm joking. Wisconsin minus 12.5. I'm here to tell you that's gonna be CLV here in a minute. I'm just looking. That's going to 14. Marshall minus 2.5. I see everyone put that back to 3. Great job, guys. South Alabama, just playing the numbers. You're right on that one. Minus 2.5. Coastal minus 4.5. Clemson minus 13.5. Not bad. Playing a lot of those are key numbers. Boy, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chalk.
Oh, baby. Well, if this was the NFL, we'd be broke by 30 o'clock. But I think
I don't mind chalk early in the week, honestly. I think typically I'm more chalk early in the week, and I turn right back and just all dog at the end of the week. Yeah, it's all number dependent, though. Got any dogs you like? I'm looking. Look. I don't mind throwing one up there just for giggles. Some of these were dogs. Oh, you like the Michigan Wolverines?
We'll
come back to Rutgers.
I thought you were asking about teams that should actually be an underdog instead of.
Yeah, funny. We'll come back to that. The Rutgers game if we catch a 7. West Virginia is another one we'll come back to. I'm looking. I bet Miami, Ohio. What's that line at now? Against Toledo. What's your thoughts on that game?
I like that. I bet that too. That's 7 or 7.5 or something. Yeah, it was. I think it dropped to under 7 though.
Okay.
I like that one a lot though. I agree.
Yeah, not now. We'll come back to that one. I'm anxious to see what the market does with that. I know they didn't look good against Massachusetts, weather and stuff, coming off 3 big games. I think they're live. That's money line round robin material there.
I agree.
There you go. So that's a little sneak peek. See how that tease? That's a professional tease towards what? The Friday show. Friday at 5. You can catch us live. Comments, questions, concerns. Maybe we'll bring the sunglasses. Prime's not playing this week, though.
I know. Bye week. Or I'd really have them ready to go. I need the gold headset too.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll buy a Colorado hat.
Expense it on Pizzola. Zach just ordered me one on Pizzola's company card.
That is right there, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish. For producer extraordinaire Zach Phillips, I'm merely Brad Powers. Thank you to all the questions, comments, concerns you just watched. Hit the Books, part of the Hammer Betting Network, sponsored by FanDuel. See you Friday.